Two males are walking into a territory that is not theirs. They have come to take it. Ahead of them, a lioness is already moving her cubs one at a time. She knows what comes next. Watch these two long enough, and you will see what they are really being hired to do, and why neither of them will still be standing here in 3 years. Start with the ground they are walking on. Meet the only cat on Earth that lives in a family. There are around 40 species of cat, and not one of them lives in a permanent group. Except this one, Panthera leo, the African lion. Ask why, and you will be told they gang up to hunt. That answer does not survive the numbers. A group of lions succeeds in roughly 3 chases out of 10. A lioness alone in daylight, fewer than 2. But alone at night, she does just as well as the whole pride. The teamwork is not paying for itself. The pride is not a hunting party. It is a land holding. Group size decides who gets the river bend, the shade, the last water of the dry season. Large prides hold that ground. Small prides get the poor stuff and breed badly. The females are born there and stay for life, and the land passes from mother to daughter. It is less a family than a property company with teeth, and every shareholder is somebody's sister. And into this arrangement, from outside, walks the male. He owns none of it, because there is one thing a pride of sisters cannot do: keep other males off the land. So the pride takes on staff. A young male is thrown out of his birth pride at around 2 or 3 years old. From that morning, he has no territory, no meal he has not caught himself, nowhere to be. He goes nomad with the brothers evicted alongside him. They drift for years. They get thin. Then they find a pride that already has males, and they walk in. So how long does the winner get to keep it? 2 to 3 years. That is the average. Groups of 3 or more hold on longer, mate, with more females, and leave more surviving cubs than pairs or loners. A rare Serengeti coalition has managed 6. So the king of beasts is on a rolling 2-year contract, no pension, and an exit interview conducted by 4 larger applicants. He is not royalty, he is security, and he is temporary. So how do you guard ground the size of a small city with no fence and 1 pair of legs? You shout. A lion's roar measures about 114 decibels, a meter away, past the point where human ears begin to hurt. It carries up to 8 kilometers. The trick is in the throat. Most mammals have vocal folds shaped like a triangle. His are flat, square, and cushioned with fat, a shape that vibrates under very little air pressure. None of that is effort. He is a subwoofer that runs on almost nothing. And the roar is not a threat. It is a headcount. In the Serengeti, researchers played recordings of strange lions into 21 pride territories, sometimes 1 female roaring, sometimes 3 in chorus. The prides counted. Against 1 intruder, they came straight in. Against 3, they hung back and roared on the way, calling in whoever was absent. They were not judging how angry the voice sounded. They were doing arithmetic. Holding the ground is one job. Turning it into meat is another, and that is not his. How do you bring down an animal built to outrun you? On the open plains of Etosha in Namibia, one researcher sat through 486 coordinated hunts, noting where every lioness stood. They do not fan out at random. Some swing wide around the herd. Those are the wings. Others go flat in the grass ahead of it and wait. Those are the centers. The wings push, the centers kill. And here is the part nobody expects. Each lioness took the same role, hunt after hunt, year after year. When most of them held their own position, the hunt was far more likely to work. Every one of them plays the same spot on the pitch for her whole career, and nobody has to be told twice. So the pride eats. And then the security guard turns up. He does not hurry, he walks. The lionesses are down on a carcass they ran into the ground in the dark. He arrives, shoulders the nearest one aside, snarls, and takes the middle of the animal. Lionesses after him. Cubs last on what is still attached. He sleeps around 20 hours a day. The females manage 15 to 18 because somebody has to work. 20 hours flat on his side, then first pick of a meal he did not catch. Every workplace on earth has one. So is that all he is? A freeloader with good hair? No. This is where the lazy male story falls over. In Kruger National Park, researchers tracked territorial males for years. In thick riverbed bush, males hunt constantly, and they hunt well, mostly buffalo, an animal 3 times his weight that the females leave alone. Of 210 kills logged in southern Kruger, fewer than 3 in 100 came from males and females hunting together. He works a different shift, on bigger animals, alone. He just also takes hers. And then, one morning, there are strangers standing on the boundary. The resident males fight, or they run. Either way, within days, the pride belongs to somebody else. What happens in that first week is why the whole system exists. The new males go through the territory and kill every cub under about 9 months old. Roughly a quarter of all lion cubs that die in their first year are killed by adult males. Across most populations, more than half never reach a year. So why would an animal do that? Because a lioness feeding cubs does not come into season. She will not breed again for close to 2 years. And 2 years is his entire tenure. If he waits for another male's litter to grow, he is thrown out before he has fathered anything. The cubs are not rivals, they are a delay. He is not being cruel, he is being on schedule. And the females are not passive in this. After a takeover, lionesses go quietly infertile for months. And in that same window, they solicit mating constantly from as many males as will come every 20 minutes or so for days. It looks like disorder. It is a filter. The noise pulls in rival coalitions. They fight over her, and the largest one takes the pride. And a large coalition is the only kind that reliably lasts more than 2 years. Exactly how long she needs. She's not choosing a mate, she's choosing a lease. Researchers built life-size model lions and stood them on the plain wearing different manes. Males avoided the dark-maned one in 4 trials out of 5. Females walked towards it 9 times out of 10. The mane is not decoration. Its darkness tracks testosterone and how well he's been eating. Its length tracks how many fights he has survived. Dark-maned males breed for longer and lose fewer cubs. And it costs them. Dark hair runs hot. In the warm months, their surface temperature runs higher, they eat less, and they produce more damaged sperm. He is advertising with the one thing on him he cannot fake, which is a problem because he is not the only one reading it. A century ago, there were perhaps 200,000 lions in Africa. The most recent global assessment in 2023 put it at around 23,000. They are gone from 26 African countries and hold roughly 7% of the ground they once held. In all of West Africa, fewer than 500 are left. And the one who goes first is the one wearing the mane. He roars, which announces where he stands. He patrols the boundary, which is where the cattle are. He is speared and poisoned when livestock go missing, and he is what a trophy is written for. The darker the mane, the better the trophy. In Hwange, Zimbabwe, researchers collared 18 adult males. Over a few seasons, 13 of them were shot. Strangers moved into the gaps. The cubs died. Remove enough males, and you have not simply removed males, you have shortened every contract in the system. Takeovers come faster, and the 2 years a lioness needs stop existing. The pride was never his. The land belongs to the sisters born standing on it. He was taken on briefly to walk the edge of it and be loud. There is no king out here. There is a large, tired animal on a short contract, and we keep making it shorter.